I run a small bakery out of a commercial kitchen I rent 3 mornings a week. My landlord's name is Dennis. He's been nothing but kind to me for 2 years, always checking in, always asking how business was going, always making sure the space was clean and stocked. I thought he was one of the good ones. Last Tuesday, I showed up an hour early because I had a custom wedding cake due that afternoon. When I pulled into the lot, Dennis's truck was already there, which was unusual because he never comes in on Tuesdays. I figured maybe he was doing maintenance. I unlocked the side door and heard voices coming from the kitchen. I stopped in the hallway and listened. A woman was crying. Not loudly, but that quiet, controlled kind of crying where someone is trying hard not to fall apart. I heard Dennis's voice low and firm. "You agreed to this," he said. "Don't make this complicated." I didn't move. I barely breathed. "I can't keep doing this," she said. "My name isn't on anything. If something happens to me, nobody would even know I was here." I heard him sigh, the way someone sighs when they're annoyed at an inconvenience, not at a human being. "Nothing is going to happen to you. You're being dramatic." I stepped back outside and called the non-emergency police line from my car. I told them what I heard. They told me to wait outside and not engage. So I sat in my car with my hands folded in my lap and my stomach in my throat for 18 minutes until a patrol car pulled in. Dennis came out of the building like he owned the air around him, which I suppose he did, technically. He saw me sitting in my car and his expression shifted, just slightly, just enough. One of the officers went inside. The other stood with Dennis in the parking lot. The woman who walked out of that building looked like she hadn't slept in days. She was young, maybe mid-20s. She had a bruise along her jaw that she tried to cover with makeup. She looked at me once, then looked away, then looked back like she was trying to figure out if I was safe. I got out of my car. I didn't approach her directly. I just stood near the trunk and let her come to me if she wanted. She did. She told me, in pieces, that she had been living in the back storage room of that kitchen for almost 6 weeks. She was undocumented, and Dennis knew it. He had promised to help her with paperwork in exchange for her cleaning his other properties after hours. The paperwork never materialized. The work kept multiplying. When she tried to leave, he told her she had nowhere to go and that no one would take her word over his. I didn't say much. I just listened. The officer who had gone inside came back out and asked her questions for a long time. She answered all of them. Dennis, for his part, stood very still in the parking lot and said almost nothing, which I think told the officers everything they needed to know. I called my sister, who does immigration legal aid work in the city. Right there in the parking lot, I handed the woman my phone and let them talk. I watched her face change as my sister explained what protections existed, what options she had, what the next 24 hours could look like if she wanted help. Dennis was not arrested that morning, but I was told an investigation was opened. I have not spoken to him since, and I have no intention of doing so. The woman's name is Cielo. I know this because she texted me 3 days later from a number I didn't recognize, just to say she was somewhere safe. She sent a second message that just said thank you. I stared at those 2 words for a long time. I lost my kitchen space. I'm currently baking out of my home and rescheduling orders. It's hard and I'm behind, and some customers have been unkind about it. I would do it again without hesitation.